I'm Brandon.
And we're here at Southwest Fastener, one of the largest fastener distributors in the state.
We elected to choose Southwest Fasteners based on the diverse categories of spend, and we chose to go into one category, the channel, and Jillian will tell you about that in a second.
So here at Southwest Fasteners, we decided to focus on channel as part of the strut category. This is one of the #1 biggest footprints in the distribution, and also it's one of the biggest revenue builders for Southwest Fasteners. We also decided this would be a great implementation for our cost strategy.
Hi guys, so let's take a second to talk about the internal organization environment as it relates to Southwest Fastener's supply chain. So Southwest Fastener is a fastener distribution company, so they're located in between the upstream and downstream side of the fastener industry supply chain. Their main business strategy is to provide the best service in the industry. They operate mainly on a pull-based strategy, but they do keep about $1 million worth of inventory on hand. One of the strengths of Southwest Fastener's supply chain is their wide supplier base. It allows them to be flexible and quick. One of their main weaknesses currently is having only one purchasing manager. This is limiting their ability to create an efficient supply chain. The strategic vision for Southwest Fastener in the coming years is to expand its sales to $20 million per year. They're going to achieve this by opening new branches in the western portion of the United States.
Regarding the channels that we were investigating at Southwest Fasteners. Most importantly, those were that they were very receptive to changes in the market that were external to what Southwest is able to dictate. Namely the economy that the construction industry falls within, especially in the United States for Southwest, could see very large changes that were completely outside of the realm of control for Southwest. Also, a lot of their business is completely dictated by large, big ticket projects. The name one being the Cardinal Stadium that they ended up having a major role in constructing, and the channel is one of the big parts of that construction. So Southwest has seen a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of those are very external to what the company can control.
The supply management system of Southwest Fastener is pretty basic. It acts as a distributor in the chain of supply of fasteners from the raw materials to the customers. It has a few suppliers that it brings in the challenge from. One of the main suppliers for Southwest Fastener is Unistrut. So it has a very small inbound traffic towards the Southwest Fastener, and the goods come into Southwest Fastener and then it's shipped out to all the customers around the Southwest region, as Southwest Fastener is one of the largest suppliers of channels around the Southwest region in the United States. In this way, it's acting as a middleman throughout the supply chain.
We developed our spend analysis based on 8 months of data provided by Southwest Fastener. With this data, we were able to determine our core suppliers up channel. They are Unistrut, Hayden, Cooper Beeline, and PhD. In these 8 months, Southwest Fastener had $4 million worth of cost of goods sold. Channel spend totaled $727,000 of this. Unistrut received 60% of this, Hayden 29%, Cooper Beeline 9%, and PhD 2%.
Philosophy to Southwest's organization that really sets it apart from their competition. That is really being their utilization of U.S.-based suppliers solely. They do not go outside the United States for their suppliers, and they do that for one primary reason. Their customers expect a high level of service, and that's really how Southwest differentiates themselves from their competition. And in order to ensure that level of service can always be met, they've decided to use only U.S.-based suppliers that give shorter lead times whenever an issue does get arisen between their clients. If there's an issue with a product or something needs to be resolved, there's always a shorter period of time between then, as well as there's a personal relationship between both the suppliers and Southwest, where they're able to speak with their suppliers, and a number of them are actually here based in Arizona, so they can visit and check out their operations and ensure that they're up to snuff with what their customers are expecting. Pretty exciting stuff, and that was one of the big important parts of Southwest. When it comes to the portfolio matrix, we judge Southwest to have essentially a routine role in the mix. We really could not consider the channel to fall within a bottleneck, but it was similar to the sense that it had a lot of demand inconsistencies with the channel due to those external factors. So it had a low level of risk as far as internal was concerned, but outside of the company, there were some risks areas present.
So here we're going to discuss a little bit about supplier evaluation and why it's so important to analyze and evaluate each supplier. One of the biggest concerns usually is about cost. However, this isn't always the most important factor when determining who your key suppliers are. Sometimes there's a mismatch between your organization's needs and what the suppliers are actually offering. By evaluating and analyzing each supplier, it gives you a broader understanding of the effectiveness and the ability to deliver for each supplier. Our group decided to use a matrix developed by Ray Carter, which evaluates suppliers on 10 different competency levels. So here you can see on the left-hand side some of the major suppliers for Southwest Fasteners, such as Unistrut, Hayden, PhD, and Copper Beeline. Up at the top, you can see different competencies that we're going to evaluate each supplier with. And Southwest Fasteners determine what the most important one, 10, being competency, and what the least important one, culture, for their suppliers. Then you just cross-multiply each evaluation between a value of 1 and 3, and here at the end you can see where each supplier ends up. Unistrut, being one of the largest suppliers for Southwest Fasteners, doesn't necessarily come in first place, as Hayden meets more of the needs for Southwest Fasteners. So for example, you're unlikely to find one that excels in all 10 areas. However, one might be strong in some areas and weak in others. You can use this insight to bargain for a lower price, especially if you perceive that the supplier's weaknesses pose a risk to your firm and if you need action to minimize risk. So you can use this model to evaluate the competencies and the viability for a potential supplier. You can pick and choose which one's most important to your firm and that best meets the needs and that aligns with your organization's values.
One of the key factors of Southwest Fastener is that it does provide customer service. Usually as a distributor, one does not do that, but Southwest Fastener is an exception, and it does provide customer service for the goods they sell. If they need repairing, replacement, they are able to do that. But one of the uncertainties and our biggest concern is that Unistrut, one of the biggest suppliers for Southwest Fastener, is always a bit too slow to react to the orders from Southwest Fastener. And that way the customers are not ending up receiving their goods in time, and it's a big concern for Southwest Fastener.
The uncertainty of this business lies in the suppliers and the projects. Many of the projects that Southwest Fasteners receives are on short notice. This means that they must either have the inventory on hand ready to go, or they must rely on their suppliers to hopefully get the necessary parts to their warehouse in a time-efficient manner. Because it is not always easy to get the necessary parts from the supplier in a timely manner, we came up with a strategy solution to solving this problem. Through an increase in inventory on hand of the channels at the warehouse, we not only solve a current problem that Southwest Fasteners has been facing, we also fully satisfy our customers with their project needs. This in the end builds their relationship with the customer, which will in turn help them to gain more projects looking into the future, and will also outweigh the extra costs of holding this inventory at the warehouse. One of the biggest trends in this industry revolves around emerging markets and the impact they will be making looking into the future. Many emerging markets do not have the current capabilities to become a huge threat in this marketplace, but there are a handful that do. Because of the fact that Southwest Fasteners is only utilizing US-based suppliers, they need to make sure they keep up on these upcoming economies to remain competitive on the marketplace. This is why hiring the new strategic planner into the company is not only going to allow for internal capabilities of the company to become improved, but also is going to help the business grow and maintain its competitive advantage on the external marketplace, allowing for possible profit-building opportunities to arise.